I'm here. Just giving everybody a chance, honestly, to show up. I want to see how long it takes the notifications to notificate. Don't forget to hit the like on your way in. Oh, I'm serious. There's 7 people here. And there's only one like. I'm sorry. 19 people here. And there's only one like. Yeah. Gonna have to do better. We're gonna have to hit that button. Because for there to only be one like and 19 people watching, that would suggest that there's a bunch of trolls sitting there watching, waiting to see what I'm going to say next. Hi, Jag. Perfect timing for me. And I'm the first like today. Thank you, Ziva. Play old Grand Rising. You know, I know for some people this may be like extremely annoying to only hear my voice and to not see my face. For those who actually value my words are enough. They don't need my face. They know what I look like. They're not here to spy on me. They're not here. A lot of people that come here to get information. Because that's what we do here on the Jaguar Wright effect. We get information, we share information, and we have a lot of laughs, and we have a lot of fun. We do. We do. But, I mean, people got to really take into consideration that there are people out there who literally need me to survive. Or at least they've made me their reason for living. You know, when you don't have, I'm telling you, these likes look so suspect. When you don't have a real future, you know? You know, some of these people, these young people, I feel bad for them. Or at least I want to. Because I see what it's hitting for. You know, you're 30-something. You've done nothing real with your life. You have no real accomplishments. And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that if you have a job working for a phone company or for an internet service, or if you're working at a telecommunications, I'm not saying that that's not a decent job. It is. It really is a decent job, you know. It's decent. But it ain't great. It definitely ain't going to take you to 1,000 cities. It definitely ain't going to get you around the world. It definitely ain't going to make you special. What it'll do is make sure you're able to fend for yourself, until you break down like a Chevy, and then your doctor's bills and your medication is too expensive for you to be able to really live. And I'm just saying, I mean, is nobody really paying attention to what it's looking like? What America's looking like these days? You know, it's looking bad. It's looking bad out here for a lot of folk. Actually, it's looking terrifying. A lot of people are terrified right now. And the truth is they should be. They should be terrified. They should be terrified that they didn't have a good working plan. They should be terrified that they were more interested in reality TV than reality. They should be terrified. They should be terrified that, all of that quick, fast cash they were making off of scamming people online and stealing people's identities and taking people's names and running around and pretending to be other people and doing petitions for dead people you ain't never met and you ain't trying to help them get no justice. I mean, like, there's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. My goodness. Hold on. Oh, man. Some of these poor children out here on this internet. See, I think people are really not taking a good look at what's going on in this life. I think people are kind of confused at what's really going on in this life. Americans are unprepared. Black Americans are severely unprepared. There are so many. Number one, I'm a Gen Xer, so that comes with its own ups and downs, drawbacks. But we're the last generation that really, really, really remembers what's important. What was important? American values. Like, a lot of people keep arguing about America, but I think people have forgotten what American values are really all supposed to be about. Don't you worry about where I am. And I might just be in the... I'm going to do my best and not splash. Y'all know me. I really... I'm not like everybody else, and I don't know why people want me to be. All my life, that's really been an issue. Me not being like anyone else. Me not wanting to fit in with everyone else. Me not worried, I'm not gonna lie, for a short while when I was a kid, peer pressure worked. It did. There's a little girl I know right now. Poor thing. Her whole life was just torn to pieces. I remember being that age, being that little. And I thought a Cabbage Patch doll was gonna make everything better for me because everybody had them and you had to have a Cabbage Patch doll, otherwise your parents didn't love you. You had to have a Cabbage Patch doll. I mean, I think I told you guys about that before. About the Cabbage Patch conspiracy. My God. And now there's a Barbie Dream House conspiracy. It's funny. We teach our children things matter more than God. Things matter more than you. You need these things so you can fit in. Y'all really don't get it. They've been telling us how to think for decades. Question is why do we choose it? Hey, thank you, Quinn. I just want to know. Why is it that if you are a black woman and you don't have baby hair, you don't have no edges? Now, baby hair, by definition, should only be found on a baby. I'm just trying to figure that out. Like, y'all weirdo women, I think I might rip some of y'all to shreds this morning. Like, I really think it's time for me to make y'all feel like how you look. Stupid. So let's get this straight. We have 106 people in the room and only 38 likes. There can't just be 65 trolls just sitting here and a couple undecideds. Hit the like button, please. Now, Let's be clear. The whole purpose, 111 in the building. The whole purpose of baby hair. See, when a child is born, an infant, what it do? Their hair follicles are still kicking in. Their hair is still, getting situated. Because see, hair, oh, by the way, if you didn't know, hair was never like hair, eyelashes, all of that. It was never about your looks. Never. That's not why God didn't give you hair and eyelashes and stuff to look cute. No. Everything on our bodies has a purpose. It's meant for something. The reason why men have longer eyelashes than women is because eyelashes were not meant to bat so that people could fall in love with you. No. Those super long eyelashes were meant to be able to catch debris, to protect the eye. That's what they're for. That's what eyelashes are for. To keep things from falling in your eye and to make sure if anything tries to fall in your eye, you have those eyelashes there to catch it so you can see. That's the whole purpose. Yeah, protections, filters, TV antenna, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Yeah. Now, see, because the male body was actually designed for hard labor, because that was the point. A man was supposed to be working and laboring to take care of his family. So if he gonna be out there, he need them long eyelashes. Keep all of that stuff out of his eyes so he can keep that. That's the whole purpose. I do not think that God ever thought that mascara was gonna be a thing. I don't. I bet you God looks at mascara and fake eyelashes and asks, if you're wearing those things, why ain't you out there chopping some wood? That's why you're supposed to have them on your face. Why ain't you out there clearing a road? Why ain't you out there digging a ditch? Why ain't you out there hunting? Like, I want every woman to think about that who puts on false eyelashes. Those long eyelashes were meant for people that work. Why is it that everybody that got long eyelashes now is lazy as fuck? Well, you shouldn't have a problem with working all day and giving the bag to your woman if when you come home with the bag, your woman knows what to do with it. See, we've gotten so far away from what American values are supposed to be. Like, I don't care. There's just certain things that aren't practical. As much as I like the appearance of a long, sexy nail, and y'all have seen me grow because I don't wear fake shit. I don't wear fake. I'm not putting on nail extensions to make, no, my nails grow. I'll get them there. But as I've been becoming more active and we've been doing a lot more stuff and I need my hands to do things, those nails are in the way. So I had to come down so I could get back to my life. See, any woman who's focused on all of these other things, what you're not focused on is the purpose that God made you for. I find it funny that we've gotten to the point where a woman's greatest glory is to bring life to this earth. And Planned Parenthood became half of the bitches I know best friend. Like, so back to the baby hair. Baby hair goes on the baby. And then as your actual hair grows in, It becomes stronger. It becomes more durable, because that's a covering to protect your follicles and all of that stuff that goes to your brain. The beauty industry has really confused a lot of people. It's funny. Most of the stuff that they push, it's not really that beautiful. It's painful, though. It really is. I'll never forget when I first really, really, really got to meet Gladys Knight in person. We were working together. We were both signed at MCA. It was her last project on MCA before MCA folded. And I saw her walking in with 2 boots on her feet. And I had never seen Mother Gladys wearing anything like that. I mean, she's always very demure, very sexy, very smart. And she understands the value of legs. I am telling you, when I seen Gladys Knight in those boots, she looked at me and she said, and I said, "What happened to you?" And she said, "Oh, nothing happened to me. Just 50 years on stage in high heels." And she sat there and told me about all of the bone spurs that she had in her feet and how she had to get her feet operated on. So when I see Mother Gladys walking around like she's walking around now, she was at the Grammy party, 80, husband 30 years younger than her. Listen to me. Gladys, I've heard plenty of, younger men that would be considered young to her, talking about they would still take a ride on Gladys's midnight train to Georgia if you give them a chance. And I can't say that I blame them. She's fantastic. Her and Cicely Tyson, it just look you out your drawers. I'm telling you, real Infantile stuff. But she was sitting there, she was telling me, and she said, "I don't care what they tell you. I don't care what the stylists say. I don't care what they say you have to wear. I don't care what the fashion is." She said, "Sweetheart, take care of your body. Don't let them talk you into all of this craziness." She said, "I hate heels every time I look at them while I'm sitting in these boots, knowing that all of those years running around in high heels did this to my feet at my age." And this was back in the early 2000s. So yeah, Gladys was 60. And I'm about 12 years off of that. And then with my scoliosis, oh no. Do I love wearing gravity-defying shoes? Yes, I've owned almost every great pair that's ever been sold in my lifetime. But I don't need to put on anything that's going to make my feet hurt. I don't need to put on anything and wear anything to impress people that's going to put me on a hospital table so that they can fix it. Gladys Knight taught me that. Never compromise your personal health for these people so they can continue to keep making money off of you that they don't want to share with you. But get back to the baby hair. See, baby hair comes on babies. And then it rubs out, and then real hair grows in. So all of these grown old women running around with this baby hair nonsense, let me put you on. How they're making it happen is they're pulling a long, thin row. You know those rat tail combs? For them rat ass, them rat tail combs. They come and they do just a little part. And they make it a thin line, even line, to make sure it looks like, And then they cut the longer pieces of hair to a shorter size than the rest of the hair. It's almost like a like a bang, like an invisible bang, because it's so thin. That little strip of hair that's parted, it's so thin. If you curled it to make it look like a bang, it would look insane. Girl, is that a bang or a shadow on your forehead? No, but seriously, they do this and then they gel it down to make it look like they have baby hair. But that's not baby hair. It's not. It's your hair that you separated and you hacked up into a little invisible bag so that you can sit there and do squigglies on your forehead and say, I got baby hair. That's retarded. You understand that, don't you? Like, seriously. See, that's that stupid stuff. Well, you sitting there, you wanna prove to everybody you haven't aged. You wanna prove to everybody that you got your baby hair from when you was a baby 80 million trillion years ago. Nigga, please. It's insane. It literally is insane. Like, I don't get it. Baby hair was meant for babies. Any grown woman running around looking for baby hair bangs that she can squiggle on her face, like a text art, apparently doesn't understand what she's representing. Because why would a man want baby hair on a woman? That belongs to babies. Like the simple fact that you don't see that the whole, hey Kiki eyes, that the whole baby hair craze, it is to make you look more infantile. See that? Infantile hairstyle, infantile mindset. That man know you ain't got no baby hair. That man know that. He knows you ain't no baby. And he knows your baby hair done long since left you. You like babies and you want to kiss them and fondle them. If a man needs you to pretend like you're an infant for him to be attracted to you, heifer, you need therapy. If your man tells you, I need you to shave all the hair off of your hoo-ha, when the only thing that the hair on the hoo-ha proves is that you're old enough for somebody to be playing in your drawers. If your man don't want you with no hair on your hoo-ha, bet you he wants you to have baby hair too. Y'all think y'all be doing something. Y'all go to all of these gay men who lie to y'all so y'all will keep coming to them and giving them their money. And then they said that they, oh yeah, girl, we gonna get you some baby hair. And girl, we gonna put a little mole right here. And girl, listen to me, we gonna do this. And then we gonna wax you. And we gonna get all that hair off. So you look like a 40-year-old infant. Because all of these weirdo female trends and styles that y'all spent all of this money to keep up with, all of this stuff was invented by gay men. Interesting. You know, that's the other thing I never understood about straight women. Straight women always try to treat gay men like they're women. You know? They're not. They're men. Trust me. I know. A gay man is not a pseudo woman. It's a gay man. And as much as I hate to say it, there's a lot of hateful gay men out there. A lot of hateful gay men out there. There's a lot of hateful gay men that really just don't like women. Mad that they weren't born a woman. And you sit there and you go to these gay men and they tell you, ooh, girl, this is what you need to look beautiful. Ooh, girl, this is what you need to look beautiful. Ooh, this is what men really want. Trust me, honey, I know. I'm a man. I think it looks great. And I know what men want. They know what men who like gay men want. How would they know what a straight man really wants? I mean, technically, a gay man should know what a straight man wants. Should he? Because he should only know what it takes to attract another gay man. Ew. Ooh, why would a gay man be worried about how to attract a straight man? That they're not into straight men, they're into gay men. Like, I'm just trying to figure it out. All of you women who rely on all of these transgender women and these flamboyant gay men to tell you how to get a man. Well, if they're teaching you how to get a man the way they get men, then they're not preparing you for straight men. Understand that. When these gay men, yeah, the show Sex in the City, they had gay best friends to guide them into being a sexy woman or for advice. And that was done to brainwash women in that show that women need a gay best friend. Yep. Because you got to go to the gay guys to find out what straight guys want. That just doesn't make any sense. Now, can a gay man tell you all about the eggplant? Can a gay man tell you about the things that can get an eggplant up and down? Can a gay man tell you about all the things that, yeah. But a gay man cannot show a woman how to attract a straight man. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree with what I'm saying. Put a 2 in the chat if you think it's all BS. Like, let's just be clear. Let's be clear on that. Women need a gay best friend. Is that what I'm missing from my life? Okay, so you guys are following me, right? Because like all of these weirdo things that these women are spending thousands upon thousands of dollars for. Some women are living beyond their means just so they can have their eyelashes stacked up, their baby hair laying kit stacked up, all the glue and adhesive they need to put on the wig that's not their hair, that has the baby hair cut out on it. You gotta have that. You got, like, you're being prepared for down low men. That's what you're being prepared for. Because a real straight man doesn't need his woman to look like a circus clown to stand beside him. Some gay men some gay men want to look like men and others want to look more feminine. See, understand this. A gay man is a gay man. I have plenty of friends who are gay men and they behave like men and they're not running around with a bunch of women trying to tell a bunch of women how to get a man. The only thing that a gay man can make you attract, can teach you how to to be attracted, all of that. Only thing that they can do is teach you how to go after gay men. Because the stuff that gay men are into, straight men aren't into. Period. All of that money these women spend trying to look like gay men. And I'm not saying that there aren't effeminate gay men. Of course they are. Of course there are plenty of effeminate gay men. But effeminate gay men don't need to look like circus clowns either. See, image has become way too important in America. How you dress yourself up. How you present yourself shows the efforts of where you'll end up in society. But understand this. The only thing that a gay man can give advice to a woman about is eggplant. And there's so much more to attracting the right man than eggplant. Like, seriously. So let's talk about I wish I were a transgender Jasmine Crockett. Because see, what I'm really sick and tired of is women working so desperately to want to look like trans and LGBT drag performers. Like, I'm really sick and tired of women wanting to look like men and saying that that's feminine. Let me tell you something that's feminine. I'm experiencing it right now. It's called a period. See, I'm feminine. That makes me feminine, not how I behave or how I act. No, what makes me feminine is that I am a female. Not how I'm dressed, not any of that crap. Let's talk about the I wish I were a transgender woman down there in Washington. I believe she is a Prairie View graduate. And I'm going to tell you something right now. Prairie View and DFW, that college, whole house. I really don't know too many girls who came out of Prairie View as ladies. But aggressive females. Masculine. But seriously, so now Jasmine Crockett, she got millions of dollars worth of real estate and makes less than $200,000 a year. And she ain't been on the hill but 4-5 years. I remember when they got Jasmine in, I was still spending some time with some people in Dallas who were involved in the political scene, and they already told me what she was. And they told me she was willing to act like a gay man all the way to the hill. I don't get it. I don't get it. Because I'm still trying to figure out, how did Jasmine Crockett get all of that stuff? Like I said before, Jasmine Crockett used to party with Yellow Beezy. She's a politician. Of course she is. Because most politicians that I've known throughout the years all consort with criminals. Sure enough. Oh, scallywag, Auntie Leah. We're talking about Jasmine Crockett. I think they're saying that she's a scallywag. I can't say I disagree. She's everybody that's all up in arms. Anybody who has a problem with Marjorie Taylor Greene should definitely have a problem with Jasmine Crockett. She is a plant. I'm telling y'all that now. And she's really not that smart. And I've heard a bunch of people from the Dallas political scene, the black Dallas political scene, that said that she ain't nothing but a pundit and a plant, and that she was willing to grease those thighs up for it. That's what I was told. And Jasmine knows exactly who I'm talking about. I used to bump into Jasmine at Parental. People have very interesting stories about the things that she did with political figures in Dallas, in the parking lot, and in cars. At Parental over there by Uptown, in Oak Lawn, Dallas proper, and down there at Block of Those, where they let that young man go for Pow Pow and his girlfriend and her side thing on Valentine's Day, the Valentine's Day massacre. Block of Those, that's why we go, because it was up there doing on Valentine's night, blocka, and he got off. Wonder how. I wonder how a guy, in a premeditated fashion, after catching his girlfriend online with her new thing, having a Valentine's Day dinner with her new thing without him, and he got so mad at what he seen on social media that he went right over there to 67 and Cockrell Hill Road and said, blocka, you gon' where is my swamp thing? That nigga came in there mad. He ain't had no gator and his girl. Ooh. Blocka, those. She used to hang up there too. Jasmine Crockett. Question is, why would they get a black woman to so viciously campaign to get a woman in office as the first black female president who's not even black? You know, but she likes wearing those super big eyelashes and that lace front with that baby hair. I guess she's got a lot of great gay friends that are keeping her in fashion for her very unfashionable job. They're all crooks. And that's why they pissed off about the new administration. That's why people are running around screaming about F Elon Musk. Elon Musk ain't got nothing to do with nothing, not with her. Elon Musk happens to be a part of the team that is interested in blowing all of y'all's spots up. I mean, that would kind of be sad, wouldn't it, for little Jasmine, if she had to come back to Block of Those as a regular. Yes, Auntie Leah, we do need 100 more likes. I couldn't agree with you more. These are the kind of agendas that we have going on. Now, I'm not saying that a gay man can't have valuable relationship advice if what you're talking about is a relationship. But the only thing that a gay man can teach a straight woman how to do is how to catch down low black gay men. That's it. Candace Owens chews her up, rightfully so. She doesn't represent what she doesn't. And Candace, man, if Candace decided to go into politics, Candace would be fearsome. Jasmine is glad that they don't have anybody like Candace Owens around to correct her on a regular basis because she says a bunch of lies. She talks a bunch of crap. And she pushes a bunch of unnecessary agendas that don't mean nothing. And I'm telling everybody right now, Jasmine Sullivan is the black Marjorie Taylor Greene. There's no difference between the two. They the same person. They the same person. GOP had MGT and the DNC got JC. And she ain't nobody's Jesus Christ. That I can promise you. She's just Jasmine Crockett. She's a I'm auditioning for RuPaul's Drag Race, the straight edition. Like, oh yeah, those lists. They class me. The reason why MGT and Jasmine Crockett clash is because they're the same person. Period. But I will give Marjorie Taylor Greene one thing. She's not running around looking like she's auditioning to be a part of RuPaul's Drag Race. I'm sorry. I'm not impressed with these people at all. Any of them. But if y'all want to talk about politics, then y'all should talk about what's killing our political communities. Lies is what's killing our political communities. All the lies. I know the spider webs growing out of her. When we know they're not growing, she glues them things on tight. I tell you one thing, if I ever got into a fight with her, if me and Jasmine Crockett ever got into it, I can tell you right now, the first thing I do, I snatch her lashes right off her face. Oh, if that heifer ever tried it with me, the first thing I'm going for is those eyelashes. I put my hands up and just whipping them down. And watch her sit there and scream and cry. I wouldn't even have to punch her. By the time I snatched those joints off them window shades off them cloudy windows. I'm telling you, only lashes, not only hands, only lashes. Sure would. Oh no, she don't think they look good. She think they look great. She thinks she looks amazing. And her gay stylist, I'm sure, told her she did. Told her she looked absolutely beautiful. And she believes it. Why do we need someone that disillusioned in the White House or anywhere near it? Or anywhere near Capitol Hill or on the floor or no. Her priorities are wrong. If you are more interested in the way you look going to work than the way you perform at work, you need a new job. Why is everyone so caught up on appearance? And why does appearance seem to be the only thing that gets people's attention anymore? I think that's why I'm such an anomaly, because I keep it stripped down. I keep it bare bones. I don't try to dress it up. I don't try to make it look like anything. It just is what it is. I know it angers them. That all I have to do is say, yep, all right. I'm going online and I cam up whenever I want. No makeup artist, no stylist. People still show up anyway. I guess the truth is sexy enough. True beauty needs no support. You know how they say the truth needs no support because it can stand on its own? It's the same thing with beauty. See, beauty It's inspired by what comes within, not what's on the outside. If you have to spend a bunch of time covering you up, I mean, the truth is a makeup kit was the first avatar setup. A makeup kit is an avatar setup. Because you put all of this stuff on to cover up all the things you don't think are good enough about you. Oh, I gotta go and get this foundation because my complexion isn't even. So I need to get this to smooth out my color so I look a certain way. You know, you might be able to achieve that without buying the makeup compact. You might be able to achieve that by eating the right foods, taking the right oils, getting the right rest. You know, maybe the reason why your complexion is so uneven is because your eating habits are so terrible. And all you have to do is change your eating habits to have that beautiful skin you say you want to have. But I guess it's easier to spend $150 on the makeup and then destroy your body with a $5 McDonald's burger instead. The stuff that people spend their money on. I know women that spend thousands of dollars a year on cosmetics, and their health is very poor. They're so worried about making sure the outside looks, presentable that they don't really care about what goes on the inside. I'm going to tell you this right now. If you're buying makeup to make your skin look better, and you're not investing that amount of money, the same exact amount of money, into the food you eat, into the soaps you use, the products you use, like all of that can tamper and taint your system and make your skin not look as vibrant as it is. Shea butter isn't hard to find. It's one of the best moisturizers for the skin, and it feeds and fuels the body. I put a lot of amazing things in my shea butters. Man, I'll never forget the last time I booked out of jail and I went to the store, with the money that I had on my books. I spent like $100 on my supplements and on relevant hygiene products, and I think I might have bought some lipstick and a lip liner. I think that was it. Health is beauty. Health is wealth. Because you being the best you can be helps your body perform at its best. Yes, drink lots of water. It's one of the things I love about Maggie. You can tell she was raised proper. Though even the way she drinks her water. Small sips at a time, in normal intervals, not overloading or flooding her system. She was taught. You could tell she had real parents. Real parents. Instead, because she drinks proper, like a lady, she's accused of drinking alcohol out of her water bottle. It's wild. So because she uses proper etiquette, the reason why she's taking such small sips is because it has to be alcohol and she has to be sitting there getting drunk? No. And why would you project that onto her? Probably because that's what you're used to doing. You know, there was a couple once upon a time. What are their names? Rodney and Barbara. They had a couple kids. Rodney passed away. And then about 7 years after that, Barbara passed away. Left their offspring here on this earth alone. No disrespect, but in my opinion, I don't think they did a very good job raising their kids. At least not one of them. Because that poor child is so disillusioned. See, Maggie has great parents. Yes, Maggie was raised right. Plus, she has French influence culture. Exactly. Exactly. But see, when you don't have culture, you make fun of things that you don't understand because you were never taught those things. See, that's the difference between Maggie and Barbara and Rodney's child. See, because Barbara and Rodney had children, just like Maggie's parents had her. And you can see the difference between Barbara and Ronnie's offspring and Maggie's life. She has a great relationship with her parents, don't she? And the truth is, it's not that hard. It's not that hard. You know, me and my dad, we had a very complicated relationship. Very much so. My dad, I'm just like him. I am just like him. Ooh, of all my daddy's children, I am the most like my dad. I am his mini me, and I'm grateful for it. Smartest, strongest man I ever knew. Hard worker. I am a daddy's girl. And my sister and my mom were jealous of that relationship. They were. She's true. My mother grew up in a home where assault was a common occurrence, where child abuse and rape happened on a regular basis. When my mom saw how much I loved my dad and how much my dad was pleased with me when I was behaving right, doing the right things, my mom would get weird. I was, 7 or 8 years old? And I got up out of bed early than I should to go to the bathroom, to hang around in the bathroom because I knew Dad was going to be coming home soon, and I wanted to kiss my dad goodnight and hug my dad goodnight and tell my dad, who's my hero. And every time I hugged my dad goodnight, I never had bad dreams. And I would hide behind the chair by the front door. And I would pop out, say, "Welcome home, Dad." So I was in my hiding spot. And my mom saw me, and she came and she looked over the back of the chair, and she said, "When you're grown and you get a husband of your own, you can wait up for him as long as you like, but you gonna go to bed because you don't get to wait up for my husband tonight. My mom actually said that to me. I was, and I never waited up to say goodnight to my dad again. Never. The look she gave me, my 7-year-old self, she made it seem so dirty. Like I was trying to steal her husband away from her. He's my dad. I just wanted to hug my dad because I had been having nightmares, and every time I would hug my dad, and my dad would kiss me on the forehead and say, all right, Scooter, get on up to bed. Have a good night's sleep. That was my safety. That was my... And my mother literally told me when I got old enough to get a husband of my own, I could wait up for him as long as I like. But I better stop waiting up for her husband. Margie, that is devastation for a child to have to deal. Yeah. And then I started noticing the way my sister and my mom were working to create division in the home. They had their different reasons. But when you're dealing with mentally ill people who have been severely abused, because I don't think people understand, you can take a normal person and you can abuse them to the point where psychosis slips in. My mom has always treated me like a competitor. I know. Just like Tammy Wallace feels about the way her mother treated her. Even when I think about it now, the way she looked at me, you would have thought I stole something. You know how stressful that is for a child? And I started watching how I talked to my dad and to make sure it didn't upset my mom and my mom didn't think I was doing, like, you realize you could drive a kid crazy doing that to them. To take a perfectly normal, healthy relationship between a father and his daughter, her number one protection, her number one support, her number one hitter, and make that strange. I'm serious. Listen to me, it's therapy for us all, Amy. I could never imagine making my child feel bad. I absolutely loathed my first husband. But I never asked my son to hate his dad. For me, that's his dad. But his dad used to do it to me. Used to tell my son all the time, your mom don't love you. That's why I named you after me, because you're my son. And no, he wanted to name our son Maximus after Russell Crowe's character. And that goes to show you where his mind was. Goku freak. Whacking off to Korn and Dragon Ball Z. I should have known. And even as messed up as he is now, I would never ask my son to hate his dad. When you think about all the little kids right now who were forced to be away from their other parent, thinking that a Barbie dream house is going to make it all better. Got some kids out there worried about getting a Barbie dream house, and the parent that they have can't even keep them in theirs. How is a child worried about an imaginary store-bought thing, and they might not even have a place to put it? And it's not the kid's fault. People don't get it. Our minds are tore up in this country. Our values are wrong. We have become an amoral society where we make more excuses for the bad guys than we do standing up for the good ones. Yeah. By the time I was 13, me and my dad didn't talk at all. All the stress in the home, all the lies being told. And I learned not to trust nobody. My sister, Shelly, was busy trying to convince me that my father was a monster and my mother was an idiot, and all I could trust was her. And she was the sick one. How many parents allow an abusive child to operate freely in the home and terrorize the other kids because they don't want to admit that they were a bad parent? Sanctioned torture in a home. Growing up with Shelly was hell. She was my mother's mistake. My mother should have never had her, and I'm sorry, but she shouldn't have. I wish she hadn't stopped trying to throw herself down the stairs. She gave birth to Rosemary's baby. And then she took her to the family M.O. Lester for babysitting. My mom destroyed Shelly. She ruined her. What was she supposed to do? That's how she grew up. Ugh! When I sat there and listened to Tammy talk about how people in her family just swept things under the rug and how she refused to let, and she gonna rip up every rug in the house and get rid of all the dirt. Just listening to Tammy say that, it reminded me of me so much. So when I hear Tammy say things like, I'm little Jag. I'm little Jag, and I want to get out there like you're out there, Jag, and we're going to stop these guys from messing over these girls and messing over these kids. Like when I see the passion that she has, she can't sleep at night thinking about those men having the ability and the opportunity to do to other kids what they did to her. By the grace of God, I'm still here. I give him all the praise and all the glory. I know. I truly believe some women should only have boys. Watching their daughters grow into a beautiful young woman only reminds them beauty is fleeting and jealousy does play a part. Yes, it does, Mel. Yes, it does. Oh, thank you for the super sticker, Carla. Bless you. No, seriously. My mother, her siblings, none of them should have been allowed to raise children without serious psychological help first. How could they possibly think that the children that grew up in that home over there on Cambria, that house of nightmares, could grow up to be decent parents? I heard about that. Michelle Trachtenberg, I heard about that. We got to put America's future first. And if we want a better country, we got to get back to our values. We got to get back to morals. We got to stop all of this flummadil thinking. Now, don't get me wrong. All of my best stylists have been gay. They're artists. But no matter how many times they try to tell me, oh, put on the longer eyelashes, Jag, I hate them. But Jag, it's going to look great. And I'm telling you, it's going to accentuate your eye. My eyes are accentuated, sir. My eyes aren't singing, sir. My mouth is. Okay, you want to use those lashes? That's fine. Cut off half of them. Yeah, I heard about Gene Hackman as well. I told y'all a few months ago, a lot of people are about to die. I don't know why people don't believe me. It is a blissful rising, but seriously. I don't care how many of my gay friends, Jag, you need to do this. Oh, Jag, you would look so good if you did that. And I always tell them, and guess what? I'd look like a drag queen too. That's your job. I just want to look like me. I'll never forget the first time I sat down in Jay Manuel's makeup chair. And he's probably one of the most talented and amazing. Him and my Jason Tavares, my two J's, Jay Manuel and Jay Tavar. And I'm telling you, those two men, fashion gurus. And do you know what? First time I sat in Jay Manuel's chair, we were shooting the video for What You Want, for the Best Man soundtrack, Me and the Roots, my first major music video. And Jay can make you look like whoever you want to look like. And he said, okay, honey, who do you want to look like today? I can make you look like anybody. And I said, Jay, I don't care what you do, as long as I look like me when you're finished. And he said, done. When you look at my album covers, when you look at my makeup, a lot of my makeup that I have on, it's not a bunch of changing or altering or anything like that. It's just enhancing what's already there. For the camera's sake, for lighting's sake, but not because I need it. See, when you enhance what you already have, that's one thing. But when you have to invent what you look like, it's because you don't like what you look like. That's it. There's nothing, there's no other explanation. I thank God for Jag to allow us to be able to speak and have our little family here. We're allowed to be there for one another. Absolutely. And that's what the Jaguar Wright effect is all about. That's what this channel is for. Y'all ain't got to go to nobody else. Y'all can just come to me. Y'all ain't got to sit around and go from channel to channel waiting to hear what Jag is going to say, or if they're going to edit in the truth, or if they're going to AI the truth. Like everyone keeps talking about, Barbara and Rodney's child last night was just sitting around. Just sitting around. And you got, you're not special anymore, and nobody's interviewing you anymore, and nobody's doing this for you anymore, and you're not getting any more views, and big homie CC is over there at the blue couch, and now it's all big homie CC, and they don't want you anymore. Let's be clear about this. Rodney's daughter. Let's be clear. understand this. Nobody can replace me. Nobody. They got the algorithm working in their favor again, and their views still aren't beating mine. That's just what's real. What was it that CC said? The only person on Real Life to get the kind of views that I get, or to get close to the kind of views that I get, is big homie CC. Wasn't that what he told us? That's what Real Life said to him. Still ain't cutting it. Still not cutting it. Not getting nowhere near close to it. And let's just be clear. The only reason that blue couch is able to collect the views that it collects with Big Homie CC is because I made that couch pop. Period. There is no one that will ever sit on that couch, that will ever do the numbers that I do, that will ever get the response that I get. Nobody. People know about the blue couch because Jaguar Wright's name made that couch hot. There were plenty other people that sat on that couch other than me. Ain't nobody fucking with me. Period. They need him over there. What they gonna do without Jag? I don't wish them any harm. I'm not trying to tank nobody's platform, but let's just keep it straight. There is no competition. The only way it's possible for Big Homie CC to get the views that he gets on the blue couch because of Jaguar Wright. Matter of fact, Big Homie CC really didn't start becoming relevant on YouTube until after he met with Jaguar Wright and did content with Jaguar Wright. But then again, what was it? See, I need Jag with me. I need Jag to work with me full time. If Jag is with me and under me, me and Jag can do this and me and Jag can do that. Meanwhile, you're arguing with a bunch of internet download dudes. But you don't argue with bisexual men. I don't understand. If you don't argue with bisexual men, sir, how do they have your phone number? I don't get it. Like, cause if you don't bang with bisexual men, then you just don't bang with them at all. Like, no disrespect, but let's be clear. Me and Big Homie CC, there is no competition. He was paid to take care of stars. I am one. Big difference. We are not the same. And the truth is, if I were to release documentation of some of the real things that I know, people might find it hard to keep viewing on their channel at all. You know. That's all right. I don't need to go sit with nobody else so that they could go and let YouTube come tell them that they're going to demonetize all their videos if they don't let them take control of their project and then just bring in whatever they want to bring in. Big Homie CC over there ain't nothing but a bent knee. They was mad in real life after Piers Morgan. They was mad. They was mad. I'm not letting anybody start anything between me and Big Homie CC. Big Homie CC is starting a lot of shit with me, though. And that's about to end now. Yeah, that's about to stop right now. Big Homie CC allegedly is the one that told Ron O'Roro over there at the Rock Project that, or at least that's what Ron's been running around telling everybody, that Big Homie CC don't mess with me.
Yeah, you gotta clear all that up.
Like, until Big Homie CC got something to say about why Ron And his very hyperactive self is running around telling everybody he no longer bangs with me. I don't know. But what I do know is if you have a 1 million subscriber plus platform and YouTube tells you you better bend the knee and do what they want you to do, otherwise you're going to lose it, and people have gotten used to getting those huge checks, they might be willing to do whatever they have to do to survive. And if Big Homie CC is a survival plan, well, then I wish everybody all the best. But don't ever be confused into believing that anyone could ever replace me on that blue couch. But see, I don't just have my access to other platforms anymore. We have our own. And guess what? Guess what we know about our platform? Ain't nobody gonna be AI in our content.
Yeah, people won't cry in this next episode, I swear.
Episode 2. Is it coming today, babe?
No, tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Episode 2 of the Tammy Wallace story. It's gonna be amazing. Really amazing. But yeah, I don't have to explain anything to anybody. And I'm not going to be putting any relevant exposure, anything on anyone else's channels other than mine anymore. You know, after that Storm Monroe situation, it became very clear. Trusting any other platform outside of my own is foolish. Because at the end of the day, these people ain't in it for the same reason I'm in it for. And I'm not saying that everybody's got to be in it for the same thing I'm in it for. I'm just saying if we ain't on the same time, then I need to be on my own clock. Yes, they all did. They all did come up off my name. Look, all I can do is give people a chance. But I think Big Homie CC needs to clear up why Lil Roro, Lil Yum Yum, is running around telling everybody that he don't bang with me no more. I think he's going to have to do better. And matter of fact, if what you should do is you should address the Jaguar shade and hate on the blue couch. That's what I think. I think y'all should do that. There could never be another me. I was made of magic, born of greatness. You can't make another me. But I will say this to Big Homie CC. If we had a real interaction with each other, if any of that was ever real, then I think you need to start speaking up, sir. I'm not a gay man or a bisexual man, so you ain't got to worry about going back and forth with me. I'm just a bisexual woman in a monogamous heterosexual relationship. All you got to do is just clear it up. Are you pro-Jag, anti-Jag, or just unbiased? You don't see me judging you by talking about ET and shit. I could have been came out and said, you know what, Big Homie CC capping. He ain't seen no damn aliens. I could have said that. I could have done a lot of things. I could have taken a lot of shots about a lot of things I've seen that ain't been cool. But I don't do that. Wanna know why? Ain't none of my business. Ain't my agenda or objective. But when people keep trying to create heat around my name on some low bar subliminal shot, oh, at best you'll get from me is a friendly fade. Shots fired. Yeah, I know he keeps talking about Bigfoot too. And it's just, I don't know, was Bigfoot at a freak off? Because I'm trying to understand what the fuck we talking about. And it's a shame because the truth is, YouTube is about to turn the blue couch into a joke. They keep playing with them like that. Trying to keep up with YouTube, that's a foolish thing. They always move the goalposts. And they don't never tell the truth. In my opinion, all YouTube does is lie. So, on that note, it's time for me to get to work. I'm sure Maggie's going to be going live soon. Y'all make sure you keep your notifications on. I just wanted to tap in with you guys and just share what was on my mind this morning. The only thing that a gay man can teach a straight woman how to do is attract a gay man. That's what they know how to attract. Gay men. So if your gay friend is dressing you up to go catch you a man, only thing he can teach you how to get is another gay man. Now, whether he's out the closet or not. Now, the other thing we learned today is that there's a lot of duplicitous people in government that we should be looking at, that we're not. And we should pay attention to something other than how their gay best friend dressed them up to go to work and look like they competing on RuPaul's Drag Race. And the other thing, family morals and how we treat our kids. We got to start taking a better look at ourselves when it comes to our kids. You know, they used to have that saying, do as I say and not as I do. Did you ever hear that before?
Yeah, of course.
You know, when you think about it, it's the stupidest saying that an adult could say to a child ever. Do as I say and not as I do. So I'm going to tell you to do the right thing while you sit here and watch me do the wrong thing. We learn by example, not by instruction. We learn by example. Now, someone can instruct you on something and they can tell you the merit of it. But when things become real for us is when we put it into practice. By what we see, by what we learn. If you're a scumbag and you're trying to teach your kid to be a good person and they watch you be a bad person all the time and you expect them to not follow in your footsteps, you're an idiot. That's what children are going to do. They're going to emulate the people around them. So when I see a child acting out, I don't see that child. I don't play that on that child. I ask who's been around that child and what has that child been learning. Children are sponges. Thank you, darling. Children are sponges. Do as I say and not as I do. How about we up our values and say, I want you to do as I do. And then lead by example and let your children. And Kiki eyes, that is a gift from God. To say that you were able to bring up two successful men. Not a lot of mothers get to say that. Blessed ones, really lucky ones do. Honey, we need to say amens on a lot of things. But trust and believe this. Until we start seeing things for what they are And until we get rid of all of the illusions and deal with what's real, we're going to just keep on going in this process, going in this cycle, going in this process, going in this cycle. Jaganators, we have the ability to become cause and the matter of what changes the world we live in. As we go about our days, let's remember that. Forget do as I say. Do as I do. Lead by example. Be strong enough to stand up for what's right. But notice, if you rocking baby hair, I'm looking at you sideways. I'm just telling you that right now. As a grown woman, if you are rocking baby hair, I'm looking at you sideways. Because nobody has had baby hair since they were 6, 7 years old. You cut it, you can line it up, you can turn it into an invisible bang, you can put the little squigglies all over your head like Betty Boop. I don't give no damn. That ain't baby hair, man. That you fooling everybody about your hairline. Nothing more, nothing less. And the only people that want baby hair on their lover are PDFers. And if you want a man that don't want the proof and the evidence that you're old enough to have somebody in your drawers, if you got somebody telling you that you need to turn into a hairless cat to turn them on, then I'm telling you, you better run. You better run. I'm sitting there and talking about, I like it bald. Babies are bald. You weirdo. I wish a man would ask me. Now, listen to me, a little scaping. There's nothing wrong with that. You want to trim it down. You don't want it to get too big. See, anytime I go to jail, I ain't shaving nothing. That's the only shower curtain I got. See, that's what God put it there for. So it'd have a covering so you couldn't see it. Seriously. If your man wants baby hair on you, on your scalp, and he don't want no hair on you at the bottom, that tells you who the man you got. He wants a baby. He don't want you. He was a baby. Hence, baby hair. You weird people. Sitting there, my man love it when I got my baby hair. And I got the... And guess what? They get the baby hair and they start talking like babies too. Isn't it crazy? They think they special. I just hope that women that have small children in their house don't date men that like baby hair. He might decide to skip you altogether and just go for the baby. Real shit. Okay, I gotta go. I'll see you guys over at Maggie's. I can't wait to see what she's gonna be talking about today. And let's make sure that we say a prayer for Barbara and Rodney in the afterlife. I'm sure they're crying about what's happened with their offspring. No doubt. I'll see you later. But I'm telling you, I'd suggest strongly that he... Oh, Lord, have mercy. Yeah. He want to get waxed. He wants you to get waxed. Then, tell him to do it first. See how he like it first? Very weird. Maggie, what time are you going live this morning? YouTube won't know what to do without you. What's Maggie talking about? Yes, and thank you, Auntie Leah. Please smash the like on your way out. Listen to me. And guess what? Just because you got a bush don't mean you can't trim it. Look, I believe in trimming. I said bald. All right, guys, you got 30 minutes to get your coffee, get your brekkie, get all of that going on. Drop in with Maggie is about to go down. Y'all better get to it. Get to it. Yes. Womanscaping, manscaping, nothing wrong with that. But that bald stuff, it suggests a whole nother kind of fetish. You know? It's definitely an agenda. All right, guys. Peace, love, and baby hairs. Yes. See you guys soon. See you over at Maggie's.